I did see you swimming this morning, though, Jay.
I love swimming, but I only done 10 minutes today because I woke up late.
In the repair shop today, Dean gets hands-on,
I like to use my fingers to apply the cream.
repairing some very funny footwear.
You can kind of feel it going in, and you know how much you're getting in a particular spot.
David draws upon a misspent youth.
As a kid, used to make a lot of models in cardboard, so I've got half an idea of how long this would have taken. It really is phenomenal.
And Team Bear employ their usual eye for detail.
My gut feeling is if we give him one eye, he's going to look squinty.
OK, 2 new eyes it is. Thank you.
First, however, a very unstable table for the woodworking wizardry of Will Kirk.
Look at this, Jay.
You've seen better days.
Needs a lot of work.
It is a lot. You're the right man for it.
It's the heart of a family home for Heather McPherson and her grandson Jacob.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Will.
What can you tell us about this table?
It's always been in my life. It belonged to my grandmother or great-grandmother because I think it's sort of late Victorian. It was the family table when my kids, Jacob's dad and his aunt were growing up.
OK.
Because it's a kitchen table. The conversations we had round it, you know, first boyfriends, first girlfriends, you know, we'd just sit across the kitchen table and chat about stuff. And I can't tell you how many tears that table's had on it. It was very much that sort of table. So lots of tears and lots of laughter too.
I have memories with me and my dad around it. I remember having meals with him. I remember doing arts and crafts. I just remember just being with my dad around the table.
Is Dad with us still?
No. When I was around 1, my dad, he was hit by a car. He ended up having post-traumatic epilepsy, and when I was around 6, he was making a recovery. We went to Disneyland, and we had a good time, and then a couple of months later, he passed away.
That must have been really tough.
Yeah. I mean, he's just been so brave. So very brave. He amazes me every day.
So you both live together?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see you as being quite a tight unit.
We are,
Yeah.
very.
Mates,
Yeah.
as well as family.
Yeah. We muddle along, don't we?
Model along. I
We're
think you're doing more
modelling
than that. Yeah. So how old are you, Jay? How old are
I am 12 now.
you? You're only 12?
Yep.
Wow. And Dad's name?
Barnaby.
Barney absolutely adored Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
he's got those memories, whereas if he'd actually died in the accident...
I wouldn't have
which
known him at all.
You wouldn't have remembered him at all, would you?
And
Yeah.
a lot of the time you knew him was around the table,
Yeah.
doing stuff together.
Normally we would have Sunday dinner, which was my dad's favourite dinner, roast chicken. I remember having it every single time.
It was his favourite, wasn't it?
Why have you decided to bring this in now?
We brought it here because you can hardly put anything on the table. Whenever we have any type of food,
No.
everything just falls off the plate. Whenever I sit at the table, it feels like my dad is with me, and that whenever I'm laughing, he's somewhere laughing with me, and just sharing the joy of being with my family, and it's quite nice.
To see you, how brave you are. You're inspiring. It's just, wow.
Jake just wants to have it so that he can, you know...
Remember my dad.
Yeah, because it's not got much of a future in its current state, has it?
Well, we can give it a future. I'm sure we can. Can't we, Will?
Definitely.
Thank you both for bringing this in.
And we'll see you very soon.
All right.
All right?
Thank you.
You take care now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Look at this, Jay.
I know.
Look at that. I think it's official. I have never seen a tabletop in such bad condition. The base is actually quite sturdy. It could do with a clean, but my main concern really is the top of this table. It's really dry, incredibly warped. the huge crack here too. It'd be easier for me just to replace this with new panels of pine, but I know how much this means to Jacob, the memories that this holds, the time that he spent with his dad. It's my task to get this flat again and to get the family back around the table.
From one family history to another. Grant Harvey and his mum Tracy have brought a very big challenge for the barn's resident cobbler, Dean Westmoreland.
Hello.
Hi.
You all right?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
So what have we got in the bag?
OK, so we got my mum's uncle was a clown.
Yeah?
And we've got his clown shoes.
Hello.
You ever worked on clown shoes
I
before?
can't say, I've only my own, you know.
They are a mess, aren't they?
Yeah, they've seen a few things, haven't they?
Yeah.
And what was your uncle's name?
Bert.
Uncle Bert.
He had the day job in a factory in Acton.
OK.
Used to
right.
chrome all the headlights and the bumper bars on the cars.
OK.
And the clown bit came in with children's parties at the factories in Acton and Park Royal.
Wow.
And then in the evenings, he was a comedian. He used to do all the working men's clubs around London.
Wow.
So what kind of stuff did his act involve?
Just act stupid, really. You know, run round and make the kids laugh. They all thought he was just special, which he was.
Yeah. So you got to meet your uncle. Well, he was your great uncle then, wasn't it?
Yes, he was always a very kind, funny man.
He loved to make people happy, even grown-ups.
Yeah.
You know, he was just a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
I grew up with him. He brought me up, really.
Right.
His wife and my mum were sisters.
OK.
So my mum had 5 children and they couldn't have any.
Yeah.
And I lived with them practically all the time because
Right.
I only had to go 2 doors away to see mum.
Yeah.
And, you know, they took me on holidays. I was very lucky, actually.
Oh, bless. So has anybody since your uncle gone into that entertainment world, like being a clown or a comedian?
My whole family was entertainers.
Oh,
my
is it?
mother played the drums, the piano.
Yeah.
My sisters always entertained at the
Yeah.
working men's clubs, all of them. So, yeah, we were quite a musical family.
Yeah.
Never carried on to us, though.
Oh, didn't it?
No.
You're not...
No,
not a clown.
I've been
Not-
accused of being a clown, but in a different way.
Okay.
But no, he was just amazing.
Yeah?
It was just unfortunate my aunt got rid of everything except for
Oh.
these, and I grabbed them. I wanted them because they were his.
Yeah.
And, you know, everything about them are him.
How old do you think these shoes are?
We believe they must be over 100 years old now.
100 years old?
Yeah,
They've got to be, because he had them before I was born.
Early 1900s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's comical, isn't it? Just looking at them now makes you want to laugh, because it's like, imagine walking in that. Have you tried them on?
I did as a kid,
he
yeah.
did,
Yeah.
yeah. Because they used to dress up at parties and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was more like flippers. It was more like a penguin than a clown, really.
And they never... Well, they didn't used to look like this. What was their...
Oh, no.
What did they look
were
like?
sort of a darkish brown.
OK.
Would you like the colour kind of back to how they were?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
And the shoelaces?
Well, I'm presuming they would have
I
been
think
leather.
he had brown leather ones.
OK.
Not bright red.
I think red would look
Yeah, it
good,
would look
actually.
good.
Yeah, I was thinking red. Because that brings out the clown
Of course,
bit of
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
So if Dean's able to fix these and get them looking, like, a bit decent...
I'm not running around here with a
I
red
wasn't even
nose.
thinking of you. I was thinking of him. What do you reckon? You going to try them on?
Yeah, I'll try one, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, gotcha.
That's cool. Thank you for bringing these in. You guys take care now.
Thanks
all
very
right?
much.
Nice
All
to
right.
meet you. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I think the biggest pair of shoes I've worked on were a size 15, which were a basketball player. But I think even these trump the size 15. I did notice on this there is no tongue. It's missing. I can make a new tongue and kind of age it to this leather. There's quite a lot of damage up the back seam here. The leather's so dry, so I think the best thing would be to get some softening in this leather. So I'm going to scrunch some of this up to try to create a bit of form for the shoe. This is a glycerin cleaner, which will nourish and soften the leather. And even just with gentle rubbing, things are starting to be more malleable. So things look good going forward.
After disassembling the warped and battered tabletop, Will has come up with a plan to get it level enough to host Sunday lunch once again.
Well, I've sanded the old finish off the top of the table because I'm intending to force moisture into the wood, making the wood more malleable. I'm going to start off by soaking this towel in warm water. Need just enough moisture in the towel. Perfect. I'm going to wrap the wood and then I'm going to steam the towel. I'm hoping this is going to do the trick. That sounds really satisfying. I can actually feel it opening up my pores. But that's exactly what it's doing with the wood. It's opening up the grain. Hopefully, it's going to allow it to start to flex. So I need to keep the iron moving. Too much heat in one area could cause splitting and damage to the wood. Well, I think I'm going to stop there for now and check on the wood. Do you know what? There's actually some flex in the wood. I sound surprised because I've never actually done this before. Let's see how flexible it is. Now, compared to the other one that hasn't been steamed, there's definitely a lot more movement. I think I'm going to give this a helping hand by clamping this to my bench. Whilst that's drying, I'm going to move on to the other pieces.
Straight, flat?
Looking pretty flat to me, look at that.
Perfect. Good job though, man.
Cheers, buddy. Well, would you look at that? It's been a long time, I think, since this table was all together looking so flat, but I'm so pleased because I didn't really have much of a backup plan after that. This panel here had quite a nasty spit running down the surface, so I pieced in a fresh piece of pine. It looks a lot lighter than the rest of the top, but I can match that in when it comes down to polishing. Right, the wooden top isn't that thick, so there's not a lot of wiggle room when it comes to fitting it together with screws and nails and things. However, I have decided to biscuit joint these pieces together. You remove a tiny space on either side, you add some glue inside, and you put one of these, a biscuit, on the inside. This is compressed wood, so when that soaks up the glue, it then expands. You put your biscuit in, sides go together, you then clamp that, the glue dries, you've got a nice solid joint. Look at that. Fantastic. On with the gluing. And I really want this to look lovely because there's a lot of memories tied up to this table. I'm hoping that once I've biscuited this together and it's all polished and back together, Jacob and Heather are going to really love sitting at this table again. One panel glued and clamped. Now to move on to the rest. All this talk of biscuits have made me very peckish.
And while Will's waiting for the glue to dry, 2 more visitors arrive. Sue and John Cox have a miniature marvel from the Victorian age for the meticulous craftsmanship of David Burville.
You excited?
I'd be interested, yeah.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello. Kia.
You are?
I'm John.
And I'm Sue.
What is this?
OK, this is my dad's Diarama.
Oh my gosh.
That was his absolute pride and joy. This is an Isleworth racecourse that never got built. We're not sure. We think they couldn't get the funding for it, so they built Kempton Park. And he was a racing fanatic. He was always going on that they should have built this Isleworth, because he lived in Isleworth all his life. It's all very Victorian. It was very vibrant. You had the horses racing.
Lots of detail in it.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of detail.
It must be then pre-1900.
We think so.
It was displayed mainly in the flat above the shop, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Cox family butcher's shop in Isleworth that was in the family for 95 years.
So where did this come from?
We think that Jack, that's my granddad, made it, but we're not 100% certain because when we asked the question to my dad, he was unfortunately in the throes of sort of forgetting and dementia.
What was your dad's name, sorry?
George.
George, oh, yeah.
He's been gone since 2001, and he's still a presence in our lives, and in our sons loved him to bits. And it's one of the biggest regrets I have, not speaking to my dad about things that I now know would be really important. We just messed about together, really. We loved each other, and we are very similar, but we never sat and talked about, where'd that come from? If I had him for 10 minutes, I'd say, Dad, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Did your granddad, did he make that?
Yeah, yeah.
That must have taken hours to make.
Oh, yeah. The reason it's in this state is when I was about 9, I loaded myself up with big, thick wooden turkey meat skewers, put targets on the top, and then walked away and then spun round and fired the meat skewers to hit the targets. Didn't hit any targets, but managed to put the skewers all through this one.
Why do you think that was a good idea with the meat skewers? I mean, that was never going to work out, was
Ninja.
it? Ninja.
I was in my ninja spell then.
Okay.
I had a belt full of them. That's the best thing. So it's machine gun action.
Yeah, I could just imagine.
It was really fantastic feeling. My dad heard the noise and he came up and he was visibly, I've never seen him so upset.
So why was it so special to your dad?
Because it was something that was in the family and it was unique. And my dad loved the fact he hadn't seen another one. A mark of the band, he didn't go crazy with me. He just said, this is this is your inheritance, this is everything. But I knew as a 9-year-old I'd let him down. My dad descended into really bad dementia. He didn't know who our sons were or anyone, and this was standing on a cupboard in our house. And he's looked up and said, "Still not fixed it then?"
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Out
gosh.
of that
We've got a
complete
big
fog.
Yeah, we feel quite guilty, don't we?
Dreadfully.
We felt we've got to do something, so we're here.
What would you like David to do?
OK, we'd like, basically, if the horses were standing up.
Yeah.
Here, I think, were people. Some need fixing in, but they're very dusty. Basically, if this tower matched that tower, put glass back on, I will feel, it's a ridiculous, probably a silly thing to say, I will feel that there'll be a siren. I can feel him saying, at last.
Yeah.
I think David literally has his work cut out for him.
If you can do anything, we'll be very happy.
But I will do my best.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye
Thank you very
now.
much. Cheerio then.
A diorama is a three-dimensional model depicting scenes such as events, nature or cityscapes. Perspective is carefully created using stage borders and multiple layers of subjects, which David must carefully bring back to life.
This has to be one of the most detailed things I think I've ever worked on. Absolutely incredible. I really must count the number of people that are in this, because it must be into hundreds. And just the building itself, all the little Romanesque columns and balustrades, it really is absolutely beautiful, but it's in a very, very poorly state. People and horses all over the place, bits of the buildings which have come apart. I've actually got to try and get all of those individual parts back in their original positions. Sadly, the colours have deteriorated. And also, I can see the lining paper should have been almost violet purpley colour. So I really want to bring it back to near enough the colours that it was originally. And then, of course, it needs a nice new piece of glass. I'm going to start by taking out the loose bits. This is one of the side towers. So once all the loose parts are out, I'm going to get the back off, and then that's going to let me get right into it and I can start cleaning it really properly.
Now that the clown shoes are cleaned and softened enough to work on, Dean can begin the repairs.
Now we can go on to the back, which has been split. This is very, very thin leather. I'm going to glue that between the lining and the outer, and that will give some structure to go against. Because the glue's so strong, once it's on, if I pull that, it's going to tear the leather, so I need to be really, really careful here and just be sure that I've got the right line for it. So as I glue this first bit in, I'm going to try to keep it quite taut and then push the line into that leather. So you can see that there, that it's a definite heel shape. It's got a nice curve to it. I'll just let that cure a little bit, and then I can move on to the other one now and do exactly the same to that. Look at that. It's more like a shoe shape now, as it would have been when Bert wore them. That gives me a good foundation now to condition this leather. So the cream I'm using is very, very light, but it's also very rich. It's an oil-based cream. I like to use my fingers. You can kind of feel it going in, and you know how much you're getting in any particular spot. It really soaks in and really gives deep hydration right into the dermis of the leather. And immediately we're seeing such a transformation. And we're seeing those rich brown tones, slightly red tones as well coming through. This is certainly glorious for me. Real sense of satisfaction. Okay, so here I'm just templating the other tongue because we need a new tongue for the one that's missing. So it's a reasonably nice shape that matches the original tongue, and I can dye it to match the shoe. This is a special spirit dye, and it just soaks into this leather really, really nicely. You could really see how much Uncle Bert meant to Tracy. And it's a real privilege to be able to try and evoke those memories again for her. Hopefully we'll get it right and it will take her back in time. See, I'm really happy with that reddish-brown colour. I think once I do the stitching, it should look like a beautiful piece.
With some precision colour matching of his own on the surface of the kitchen table, Will could now get it mounted back onto the legs.
Well, that's the last screw in place. Let's see what she looks like. There we are. Look at that. It's a really nice colour as well. That falls really flat. Well, here's the moment of truth. Onto the base. That seems pretty steady to me. I think this is the first time it's been flat in a long time. I hope that when Jacob next eats at this table, he thinks of his dad.
Generations of one family had gathered around this table, but it was showing its age.
This is one of my hardest jobs, Jay.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Can't wait to see what Jacob thinks of it.
This table holds precious memories for Jacob, who was 6 when his father died.
Hey.
Hiya.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How you doing,
Nice to-
Jacob?
Nice
I'm
to
good,
be
thank
back.
you.
Good. How you doing, Heather?
Good, thank you, yes.
How you both been?
Quite well.
Have you not missed the table?
Very much. I really hope I can set a plate straight on it and it doesn't, like, fall off.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
Oh, wow.
Looks amazing.
It's never looked as good as that. Not ever.
It looks absolutely beautiful. It doesn't look like the old rickety thing it used to be.
That's it.
That's
Pull
it. Pull
down.
it out, see if it's... Absolutely
Cool, isn't it?
beautiful. Yeah, brilliant.
Overwhelmed. It looks amazing. It's better than I ever remember it looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Flat.
I didn't think I'd be able to get this tabletop
I don't know
flat,
how you
believe
got
me.
it flat.
It was a real challenge, but I know how much it means to you, Jacob, or the memories that you had with your dad with the table.
Lots of memories, but and lots more memories to make, mate. It's absolutely fabulous. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you for bringing this in, and hopefully with what Will's done, you'll be able to have more memories around this. Yeah. All right?
Yes, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Fantastic, thank you.
You take care now.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right.
See ya.
Okay,
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
See you later. Oh.
Absolutely crazy what Will has done to it, and it's amazing. It really is. Thinking about all the memories that I had with my dad, I can't make any more with him, but I can make more memories with Mama, my friends, and I'm just glad to have the table back so I can remember him again.
The next visitor to the barn is Tom Rollerson from Bristol.
Hello, welcome. Yeah. Do you want to come on through?
He's brought a lifelong companion for the attention of toy restorers Julie Tatchell and Amanda Middleditch.
Hiya.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, very well, thank you.
I'm Tom. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
and
you.
And this is Blue.
Hello, Blue.
So I brought Blue with me today because I've had him for 33 years. I had him first in an incubator when I was born because I was 10 weeks early.
Wow.
Wow.
So one of the first things my mum gave to me
So 10 weeks premature.
Yeah.
That's incredibly early.
Yeah, I was that small that my mum had to buy dolly clothes. Oh. And she couldn't touch me for 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Goodness.
He links us both together, really. Whenever I look at him, I imagine what my mum and me went through. We had to have an emergency cesarean.
Okay.
And if they hadn't, we both would have died.
Wow.
I was without oxygen for a few minutes, and the brain damage has caused my disability. My diagnosis is cerebral palsy diaplegia.
Right.
So everything on my body is fine apart from my 2 legs. And the bit of my brain that's damaged sends the messages to my legs to work properly.
So, what are your very first memories of Blue?
I remember him sitting when I'm eating my dinner in front of the TV, next to me in bed, keeping me safe. As I've got older, he's always in my bedroom.
Yeah.
He's always somewhere I can see him.
Yeah.
So he never leaves me, really. It's kind of like having a little angel, do you know what I mean? It's,
I do.
And obviously he has protected me, but I'm healthy today.
Yeah.
But also he just represents, like, never giving up and always wanting to be the best person I can be.
Definitely. Yeah.
I know it sounds weird when you're 33 that a teddy bear is so precious to you, but he really is to me.
It doesn't sound strange to us at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
And also being able to have that connection with my mum is a lovely thing too. Yeah.
So you're very close to your mum?
Yeah, very, very. She lives 5 minutes away from me. She doesn't want to be any longer than that away from me. But I love her very much.
So what would you like us to do for him?
As you can see, he's been through it a little bit. Obviously, he's got an eye missing, his nose is coming off, and his fur's had better days. And also a waistcoat.
A waistcoat?
Any colour or style that he likes?
I like purple,
OK.
so maybe a purple waistcoat.
OK, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
I'm leaving him in you two's lovely hands.
We will look after him, won't we?
Thank you.
Definitely.
Bye, Blue. I'm leaving you in a safe place. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Bye now.
Take care. I'll get the door for
Bye.
you.
So, thank you.
I'm really rather loving this bear. I am. He's my colour, for a start.
Definitely is your colour.
He needs a really good clean.
Yes, definitely.
I can see and hear how beautiful and bright he was. I hope we can get some of that colour back. There's obviously damage where his eye was, but we can fix that. It's whether or not we have to give him a new pair to get a good match. His nose, I can see the indentation where a nose just like that would have been.
Yeah?
Yeah.
OK. If you're happy to get on with Blue, I can get on his waistcoat.
Good idea.
Yeah? Purple?
Yeah.
I'll go and see if I can find some fabric.
Well done, thank you.
Restoring the delicate Victorian racing scene with hundreds of faded figures, David must tread carefully.
I've got the diorama apart now, and I really am in awe and in admiration. As a kid, I used to make a lot of models in cardboard, all sorts of things from steam engines to mechanical organs, and I used to sit there for hours. So I've got half an idea of how long this would have taken to have cut all of those out, painted every individual little thing. It really is phenomenal. Unfortunately, no amount of cleaning is going to bring back those original colours. It's too far damaged by the sunlight. So I've got my palette of watercolours thinned right down. I'm going to start with the red. using tiny, tiny amounts, adding just a little bit of colour. And you still get that old feel. It's not too vibrant. I really do feel like I've got an audience watching me. There's quite a few faces in that crowd and they're all pointing towards me at the moment, eagerly awaiting their turn. I've got here the second tower, and unfortunately it's the most broken part of the whole diorama. So I'm just giving it a little bit of a clean up, and I tend to use a feather for this sort of work. They're nice and soft, they're narrow, so it's ideal for getting down in between all of the little rows of people and inside. So I'm just going to have a look at the two towers and try and figure out where each piece goes. This little arch piece I can see has to fit onto this roof section. So I'm just going to leave that piece to dry. And then I'm going to make sure that this little balcony piece is actually going to fit back into the right place. And I can actually see the glue line left when this was detached. And I've just realised by the curve in this tiny row of people that they are actually supposed to fit behind here. I've got to glue those on first and then put that balcony piece back on. I'm just going to put a little bead of glue along that edge, and I can put that back in position. He was very skilled. You can just imagine him sitting there evening after evening, probably by oil lamps and this sort of thing, just making all those little parts and putting them together. It's absolutely amazing. Fortunately, it is going back together okay now, and the next stage really is just to put all of the horses and the little people back in. So I've got my work cut out.
Dean has put his best foot forward with the serious business of the clown shoes.
The restoration on this leather has gone fantastically well. I'm really happy with it.
He's preparing to securely stitch into place the strengthening strips of leather on the back of the shoes.
So this is my vintage stitcher. It's over 100 years old. The quality of the stitch is really, really good. Just trying to keep the stitches nice and small to match the originals. This machine was given to me. It was quite rusted and it had seized, but I took it apart and cleaned it, give it a lot of love and care, and I use it. I probably use it every day in my work for one job or another. Yeah, now that stitching's in, I'm really happy with the structure. That'll just need trimming off. And then they will be ready for Tracy and Grant to come and pick up. And hopefully they'll be happy.
Those are nice.
Well, good, don't they?
Yeah, shoelaces are diamond.
Yeah, I think it sets them off.
Look at that then. That's all right, isn't it?
Bob on.
Yeah.
Goes with laces, doesn't it?
You happy?
Yeah.
When these very unusual shoes arrived at the barn, they bore the signs of a lifetime in showbiz. Faded, flattened, and in a rather sad state. Back to collect the vestiges of the beloved uncle's long career in comedy, Tracy and Grant.
Hello.
Hiya.
You all right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
fine, thanks.
Excited?
Yeah.
Very, I can't wait.
Yeah. And because we've never seen them as they were, so...
They were a bit tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just want to look at them now, didn't you? Yeah?
Can't wait.
I'll let Dean do the honest.
Do
Dean?
the honest, thank you.
Oh, wow.
They're amazing. Oh, God, they're absolutely amazing, aren't they?
Stunning, aren't
They
they?
look good with red laces.
They do, they look stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, fabulous. Oh, you'll be so pleased. I can see him in them. I can't thank you enough, really. They're lovely, thanks.
I'm blown away, absolutely blown away. I just know what it means to Mum. I know, you know, I know if he's looking down on us, he's probably thinking, you couple of clowns, what you up to? But yeah,
Probably is.
it's just, no, it's amazing.
You're not
Wow.
going to try them on then?
Hold on, that was the deal. Yeah, I wanted him to put them on. What do you reckon? Still up for it?
Absolutely.
I'm already laughing and they ain't even got them on. How you feeling, Grant? You're smiling already, look at you. There you go. Oh, you come prepared. You've got a nose as well.
Oh, God.
All right.
So are you then, mate?
He's loving it. He thinks he's back in a circus. Bless him.
All right, aren't they?
They're comfortable.
All right.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, dear.
They're fabulous. Thank you.
So it seems like even after all these years, he's still making you smile.
He was just extraordinary man.
Yeah.
And he was fabulous for me, so I'm a lucky girl. And I'm even luckier now I've got them back.
Well, they're yours to take home now.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, thank you.
Oh, they're
Thanks
lovely.
ever so much.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yeah?
Take care. Thank
See
you.
you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Aren't they great?
That was good.
That was nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
My great uncle Bert, he brought Mum up as her dad, really, and I just know how much they mean to her.
It just brings back lots of memories. If he's looking down at me now, he'd be just laughing his head off, like he always was. He was just an amazing man. I'll never forget him, never.
Bear repair pair, Amanda and Julie, are hard at work banishing the blues and getting this bear back into a purple patch.
After 4 washes, this is what we got. I am so delighted at how vibrant Blue looks. He's lovely, absolutely lovely. I've worked on reinforcing some of the seams inside that were just beginning to go, but the main bit to address is this nose and muzzle area and the area around his eye. The fabric that Blue is made from has a knitted back, and that means it will run into ladders. So what we have to do is stop that ladder by making a few small stitches at the point where it's run to. I've nearly finished the stitching that's going to prevent this laddering any further. My intention is to reinforce it just with some felt, close it all up, and then reintroduce his new eye.
What I love about putting patterns onto graph paper, each of these squares is a centimetre, so I can actually put my measurements directly onto here and I don't have to keep measuring again. So that's the middle line here, and then I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half. And that is half of the width of the back of his waistcoat. So now, by folding the paper in half, I've actually got a perfectly symmetrical pattern. So now I've got to make the front panels, and then I can start transferring it onto my fabric.
I've got to make a big decision. This original eye doesn't give me any cause for concern, but matching it is the problem. I love these little boxes that Amanda and I have. They're full of a real mixture of different eyes, and the only brown ones that I've got, I think might be too pale. Let's have a look. Oh, I really am unsure what to do. Amanda, I cannot find a perfect match. I need your help.
My gut feeling is if we give him one eye, he's going to look squinty.
OK, 2 new eyes it is. Thank you.
I've just got Blue back from Julie and he looks amazing. This is the point where I actually see if all my measurements are correct and if everything fits him. Fingers crossed, Blue. Get your arm in. I love this colour against the blue. Purple and the blue, it really pops. He's going to look so good. When I was a child, my mum used to make things for me and I'd have to try things on with pins in. I hated it, and there was always that bit of getting it off, you know, and all the pins sticking in. Ugh. Anyway, I'm really happy with that. When it's a waistcoat, I like to leave a gap in the middle so their little paunch sticks out. I think it's really cute.
After hours of fiddly gluing, David has almost reached the finishing line, restoring the horses and crowds to their rightful place in the Victorian diorama.
So this is really satisfying. This is the last little chap to go in. He's a little soldier, so he's obviously keeping control of the crowds, and then he's ready for the glass. Here we go. Well, it looks as though they're all still in place, so I think the glue's holding, so that's good. Does seem to be going in. The only thing I've got to do is put this capping strip on. That'll hold the glass nicely in place, and then it's ready for John and Sue.
This diorama was made by a passionate racing enthusiast well over 100 years ago.
Oh, you finished?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's really good.
Come up all right, isn't it?
For John and his wife Sue, it's a family treasure that connects him to his much-loved and much-missed father.
There they are. Hey. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Yeah. Right, John.
How are you feeling?
Hopeful.
Yeah.
If we could get close to it looked like on the day I threw the skewer through it, I'd be very happy. I was 9, so it's an awful long time of thinking, you know, we've sort of let my dad down, really.
Well, I just hope I've done him proud. I really do. Yeah.
Sure.
Righty-ho.
What a moment this is. I can't believe it. Look.
Ready? Here we go.
Oh my goodness me!
No way.
Look at this. Oh, it's wonderful. Look at that. It's all intact. There's not anything missing. Do you think it looks how it was from the original? It's quite emotional, isn't it?
Oh, my God.
Goodness me. Oh, that's amazing.
Look at all these people here.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful.
I'm shaking.
Oh.
I'm shaking, honestly.
Oh.
Well, what's going through my mind at the moment is that how much I love my dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
how much I've done this for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was so proud of this.
Yes.
And it was that looks better than I ever
And
remember
the colours
it
are
being.
very vibrant too.
I'm just trying to say to him, it's done. We've done it. You know.
Yeah.
It is fixed, Dad. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're
It's
very,
really,
very welcome.
really good.
Very,
I can't
very
believe
welcome.
it. I'm now gone back to me being a 9-year-old because I'm seeing it before all the devastation of the turkey skewers. So it's now a pristine memory of my dad. I don't feel guilty anymore.
So, John and Sue, thank you so much for bringing it in. It's been an absolute pleasure.
I can't tell you
Yeah.
how wonderful it is.
Oh, you're very,
it
very
really is.
welcome.
I'm actually touched.
Oh, it's lovely to have seen you again.
Thank you.
Thank
You take
you.
care.
Thank you
All
very
the
much.
best.
So much.
Fantastic.
Careful.
When I saw the diorama perfect, as I remembered it before I broke it, I suddenly felt a weight lifted. And that's incredible.
Toy restorer Amanda has almost got Blue's bear-sized waistcoat all sewn up.
I am really enjoying doing this. I've just concentrated on this waistcoat. I've put my all into this and yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Wow. The blue and the purple look absolutely amazing. They really complement each other and I think he looks fabulous. He's just great, isn't he? Julie's done a fabulous job. I think Tom's going to be really, really pleased when he sees him.
Tom's mum gave him Blue Bear as he lay in an incubator, a tiny, premature baby. He's been a constant companion ever since, and a daily reminder of the deep bond between mother and son.
Welcome
Hello,
back.
Jay.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
In you come.
Hello.
Hello, ladies.
Hello. Welcome back.
Good to see you all.
And you too.
So how you doing, Tom?
Excited.
Yeah?
A little bit nervous, because this means the world to me. It's always been a part of my life.
But he had to be here to be repaired, didn't he?
Yeah. He was quite worn out. He's 33 years old, so yeah, he needed a bit of TLC.
Yeah.
Oh, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go on, Julie.
Oh, wow. That's like brand new. That's probably what he looked like in the incubator as well, so thank you very much.
You're welcome. Come forward and give him a hug.
That's brilliant. He's got a waistcoat.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, ladies. Thanks a lot.
You're very, very welcome.
And you went with purple as well.
We did.
They do listen.
You've even fixed his nose as well. His fur's all looking good, so...
Yeah. How does it feel to hold him again?
Quite emotional, really. It just means the absolute world. And to have him, like, brand new, just, yeah, puts a smile on my face, so...
When you brought Blue into us, you spoke very fondly, obviously, of your mother and how you wanted him to represent your love for her.
Yeah, she's an amazing woman. Yeah, I love my mum very much. So I'm hoping getting him restored actually shows her that she's been a fantastic mum to me and she turned me into the man I am today.
I'm guessing that she already knows that.
So, Tom, it's time to take him home. You ready?
Yeah, I am. And I just want to say a massive thank you to you all.
You're really welcome.
There we go.
Good idea. All right, I'll get the door.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you again. Bye.
Bye, safe journey.
Bye, Tom.
Thank you.
Bye, Blue.
When I look at Blue Bear now, it kind of gives me like an inner strength. He represents healing, happiness, and also it represents my love for my mum as well. So every time I look at him, I feel happy.